how to build Shopify store. So in this video, I'll be guiding you step by step on how to exactly build a Shopify store. So by the end, you'll have a working Shopify store that you can go live and start generating sales. All right, let's start. So before we even begin, you will need to have a Shopify account. Now, don't worry if you don't have one yet. You can actually click the link in the description below to get started, where you'll be able to get 3 days for free. And then if you continue using Shopify, you can continue using Shopify for the next 3 months for $1 for each of those 3 months. All right, so once you create the account using the link in the description below, right, you're going to be seeing the Shopify dashboard, right? So here is where you'll be able to track your orders, add products, review customer information, track your payouts, and customize your Shopify store, and much more. So one of the first things you will need to do to build your Shopify store, right, is to, of course, add a product to your store. So on the left here, you see the option for products. Go ahead and click it. So here you'll be able to add a product, import products, or find products to sell as well. But in this video, we're gonna go ahead and add a product to go and sell. So we're gonna just click on add product. So this is the add product page. So here's where you'll be able to add all the information you'll need to include for your product that you're selling. So the title, description, price, and much more. So for this video, we're gonna be selling a man's stainless steel watch. We're gonna use Sidekick, which is the internal AI tool that Shopify has to add descriptions, right, to our product. And then from here, we're gonna add some images for our product. So guys, if you already uploaded them, you can select existing. If you still haven't uploaded any images, just select upload new. I'm gonna select existing, and I'm gonna select this watch, and there we go. Right, I think I have another one that I can use. So we're gonna use this one. I will use this. I'm pretty sure it's this one in here. Oh, it's the same one. Okay, so for now, we'll just keep it like that. So you can upload your images, right? Shopify pretty much knows that this is a watch, right, in the jewelry category, so we're gonna leave it as is. Here, you'll be able to enter your price. So I'm gonna charge $900 for this watch. And then Shopify also provides you a little bit more flexibility and options. So you can add comparative price. So if this watch should cost, like, let's say 1,500, then if I enter 1,500, it will scratch it out and it will write like sale, right? And now it's $900. I don't want to do that in my luxury store, right? Inventory, since these are handmade, I only have about 3 of them. And then you just have to include your shipping packages and the product weight of the product if you're selling a physical product. If you're not selling a physical product, go ahead and turn this off so that you don't pay for shipping. And then we have variants, right? So if you're selling t-shirts, right, and you want to sell different sizes, like small, medium, large, extra large, then you're gonna want to include them here in different colors. Since I only have a simple watch with only one design, I'm not gonna add any variants. And then we have the search engine listing. You just want to go ahead and just make sure that everything looks right and correct. And if you're happy with it, go ahead and just click save. All right, we just added your very first product to your Shopify store. So the next step in your Shopify journey, right, is to customize your online store. So to do that, it's actually very simple. You can go ahead and select online store here on the left. And once you click your online store, you'll be arriving to the theme page, what I call it, right? So by default, Shopify has the Horizon theme already set up for you. If you want to use it, you could use it and go ahead and edit theme. Or if you want to find something different, you want to use something else, right? You can either use their AI tool to help you create a custom theme, or you can use themes that are already pre-made from the theme store itself. And you can click on the theme store button right here on the bottom right. And here you'll be able to see free and paid themes. So if you want to maybe invest a little bit more in your store right at the start, then you could go ahead and just review paid themes. And you can actually check them out before you even purchase them by clicking on the theme. And you could click view demo. So So this is just a really great way just to see how the theme works, right? If the theme is something that you want to have for your own store as well, right? And if you like it, right, you could go ahead and buy it right there. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to all themes, click free, and let's see if we can find a fun theme for ourselves, right? I'm gonna just choose the studio one because it looks a little bit different. So we're gonna go ahead and just click try theme to add it to our Shopify account. All right, so we're almost there. And there we go. It's now added to our Shopify account, and it's now under a new section called draft themes. So anytime you either update a theme, you duplicate a theme, or you add a new theme, it will be added under draft themes. So what this means is just that you can make any changes to them in the bottom below here, and you do not have to worry about affecting the active theme because they're all under drafts. So you can make changes to them without affecting the main one. And once you're ready to make, let's say, this theme the main active one, you could go ahead and select publish, click publish, and it will be now this is the new updated theme right here. So now that we made this theme the active theme, right, we could go ahead and make changes to it. And to make changes to it, all you need to do is go ahead and click edit theme. So once we click the edit theme, you'll be welcome to your theme editor. Here is where you'll be able to make all the changes to your theme that you want to make. And it does look a little bit scary at first, but trust me, it's actually very easy to navigate. So if you notice where I'm moving my mouse, right, and hovering it, right, you can see that there's a blue container. So that blue container is just telling you where you're currently at, right? So it's telling me right now that I can edit the header image, right? So if I click on it on the header section, you'll notice on the right, I have more options now on what I want to edit just in the header option, right? And again, this just makes it really easy to just navigate, right, with. So maybe I want to make the background a little bit darker than the main body, right? I want to maybe customize the menu type, right here, make it a drawer maybe, right? So it looks a little bit much more cool, right? Again, sticky up, right? Always, maybe I want the header to always show up, right? Even if it's, so there you go. Or maybe I only want it, reduce the logo size, right? So if I had a logo, right, then it will customize the resize, right? Or only on scroll up, right? So there you go, right? So again, you can make a lot of changes to your theme, right, just by clicking certain sections. So let's say I want to remove the announcement bar. I click on it. I can either click delete the garbage can right there, but it always disappears. So I just like using this section right here, and there we go. We removed the announcement bar. So now we want to just add maybe an image to our online store. We'll use this one. And there we go. So browse our latest creation, right? Something simple. And then let's say I want to add a logo, because right now I'm using just a text logo. It doesn't look too good. I click the header again, and then I should be able to see the option for adding a logo. If it's not here, oh, here we go, edit logo. Here we go. And so now on the left here, I have the theme setting. The theme setting allows you to customize the whole store at a larger scale so that you're not changing like small things, right? So if you want the whole background to be like, let's say, dark blue, you can do that right here in the theme settings instead of doing every section, right? Because doing it for every section just takes a lot more time. So we're gonna select, and we're gonna just add this logo that we added here. And there you go, right? Of course, if this was my real store, I will probably remove the background, right? Or, if I didn't want to, make it white. There you go. So now that we have our logo added, we're gonna just make it really big. Now, of course, we can still see the white background a little bit, right? So I will need to make this very, I don't like the logo, I don't like how big the header is there, so we're gonna change the logo size. There we go, something a little bit, there we go. So again, we're gonna change it, right? So we see that, you know, it's actually not too white, the background. So there we go, right? That changed it. And we're just gonna go ahead and click save. So we again, you can just play around with it. You can delete certain sections that you don't want. Right, so I'm gonna delete this section. I don't want it. I am going to delete this section. We're gonna add a section just by clicking on the blue plus icon right here. Right, and you can see that I can add, oops, I want to add not here. Remove section. Let's see if this will work again. Okay, add a section to a template. There we go. So again, we could just add certain sections to our store. So maybe I want to have, like, you know, talk about your brand. So like add something here, text, and then maybe take them to our about us page or something. Again, oops, I want to add another. Why are you not clicking here? We need another section. I'll just click here, add block. Oops. So add section. So if something like that doesn't work, I just click the add block, add section here. It's a lot more easier to navigate with. Right? Maybe I want the contact form here at the bottom. Right? Email sign up, which already has. Frequently asked question page. So again, very simple to navigate with. But now, if you notice in our theme, we only have a home and contact page. We don't have a product page. We don't have an about us page. So we need to go ahead and add that right now. So before we leave, you want to just make sure you click save. Click the X button here. And now we're going to go into add some pages. To add pages is actually very simple. You're going to click on pages under online store. And you top right, you're going to select add page. And then from here, you could go ahead and just add about us. Right? I would maybe have like writing up longer about us, but we're going to use AI for this demo. For my watch, right? So there you go. Right, super simple, easy, doesn't need to be. Now, what we need to do is just make sure it's set to visible and click save. And again, we're gonna do this one more time. Regular acceleration. And there we go. We're gonna just, well, here I would probably just write my own, right? It's not that good. So click visible here, click save. All right, so now we added 2 pages here, right, that are set to visible. This just allows you to add these pages to your main menu if you want them to show up there as well. So how do we add pages that we just create to our main menu? It's actually very simple. You click on content here, click on menus, click on the main menu, and you can just add a menu item, about us, page, about us, right? And we're gonna add another page, frequently asked contacts page, right? And then we're gonna add our product page. So we're gonna add a product, so watch, so that customers can access our product page, and then click product itself, and it'll take them either to the all products page, but since I'm only selling one product, it makes sense just to go directly to the main product I'm selling. Right, I don't want them to click, and then I could just rearrange this right now, right? And there we go, and we just click save again, And if we go back to our online store, we should see those pages created now. Click on the hamburger icon and boom, there we go. We have our pages. We could click on them and it takes us to our pages that we have right here. So again, it looks really nice and simple, which is what we want. All right, so now that you know how to customize your online store and we know how to add pages, the next thing in our list is to set up Shopify payments. So you like that, you can start accepting payments, and so that Shopify knows where to send your payouts as well. So go to settings here on the bottom left, and then you're gonna go ahead and select payments. All right, so to set up Shopify payments is actually a very simple process. Just have your verification ID set up, have your bank account information ready with you, and just have any business information that you need. If you have a business or if you're a sole proprietor, then you can just fill this out really quickly, right? And once you get approved, right, it should take you less than 5 minutes or so. Sometimes it can take a little bit more if they need to go through some checking, but usually it's really quickly. And if you're in a region that does not support Shopify payments, then you will need to use a different payment gateway to start accepting payouts, right? And so that Shopify knows where to send your money when you need to add your bank account. And then you also have the option to set up PayPal Express. So if you have your PayPal account, right, you can add it here, and customers can check out using their PayPal, and any payouts that are sent via PayPal Express, Shopify will send them directly to your PayPal account. All right, so once you've set up your Shopify payments and you have your bank account set up, the next thing on the list is set up your shipping delivery if you have a physical product. If you don't, you can go ahead and skip to my domain section. All right, so in the general profile here, you can set up your shipping rates for where you want to ship your product to. So as you can see right now, I only have 2 countries selected, Canada and the United States, right? So here I can see that if a customer can choose Express 1-2 business days for $20, right? And then standard free 75 and up, which does not make sense. I need to change this, right? It'll cost $12, but really it should be free, right? But here's an interesting one that it was common when I used to work at Shopify. So customers sometimes will add the country from the market page, right? And they will just add it here, and then so this will be added already by default. So they think just by doing that, it's all said and done. But what's missing here is shipping rates. There's no shipping rates. So this means that customers will not be able to check out. Let me show you an example. So if I go to my online store and I'm a US customer, right? So right now I'm viewing my store as a US customer. I go to my product page. And so right now I'll say sold out. But we know I have products in stock. I have 3 in stock, right? So it should not be showing it should not be showing sold out. So what's going on here is actually very simple. It's I don't have shipping rates for the US. That's it, right? And this was a common issue that I had to deal with while my time at Shopify, right? So we could just go here and click done, boom, save. The error message goes away. We refresh the page. It's in stock now. Simple as that. All right, so now that we were able to address that issue, right, the next thing in our list is go to domains. So you have a few options here. You can either buy a new domain, right, within Shopify, and one of the benefits about this is that once you buy it, it connects automatically to your store. So you don't need to copy any DNS records from, let's say, Shopify to GoDaddy or Hostinger, right? You could just stay in one place, right? But if you want to save some money for the first year, then you might want to go and check out Hostinger right here, right? So if we go to the domain section, we scroll down. So if you buy a domain extension any.com, any.com, you could get it almost for free for the first year. Or maybe you want to buy a domain that ends with the store. You get it for $1 for the first year. So instead of paying, let's say, $10 for the first year directly from Shopify, you go to Hostinger when you use the link in the description below to get it for almost $1, right? And then you'll pay $55 every year after that, right? So if you want to just save some money at the start, then you can use the link in the description below to get started. All right, so now that we have added our domain, right, the next thing in our list, right, is to add a few third-party apps, and I'm only going to recommend one right now because this is the one that you're gonna probably need a lot. All right, so oops, yeah, that's just, I need to fix that here. So OmniSend is a app. Again, I'll have this app in description below, so you just click it and you'll be able to download it to your Shopify store, which is really easy. So when you're first starting out your Shopify store, right, you're gonna be generating traffic either organically or with ads, right? But there's gonna be times that customers, they reach your store and they don't buy from you, right, the very first time. They just maybe need some warm up and like just maybe still need to like slowly they need to get nurtured, right, on the benefits from your store. So that's where OmniSend comes in, because you'll be able to start collecting emails, right, to be able to send them marketing emails to those customers that maybe did not complete a purchase, right? So a few ways that you'll be able to collect emails, right, is by the forms section that OmniSend has that is really easy to set up. So you can set up a really easy simple form, something like this, right, and you could customize it. Again, very simple. And what I like about this is a lot of the features that it has on when you want this pop-up to show up. So you could tag a new customer if they enter their email through this pop-up, so that like, so they enter their, so they could get the welcome discount and form subscriber tag, so that that customer email came from this pop-up, right? And then we have scheduling, right, as well. So when do you want this to start? Do you want this to end? Maybe you don't want it to end, right? Then we have the display. So when do you want this pop-up to show up? Do you want it to only show up when somebody is about to leave your store, and then you want to share this? Then you can have it set up. Or maybe you have it wanted set up for a lot of, how far they scroll down, right? The number of page visits as well. So you can have it multiple, or you can just have one as well, right? And so this is a great way just to collect emails and offering discounts to your customer, right? So, you could create a discount code that they give you their email. You give them a discount code 10%, right? So once you have their email, right, you're golden to send email marketing to them. So some of the ways that you'll be able to do this, right, is first off with automations, right? So let's say a customer reaches, they arrive to your store, they added my watch to my checkout and to their checkout, right? But they did not complete the checkout, right? But they did enter their email or give me their email, right? So now that I have their email, this automation will kick in, right? So it will it will send them an email, in minutes if they leave, right? And they didn't complete the checkout. And then wait 11 hours, send them another email, right? Wait for 12 hours, send another email, right? Maybe 3 emails is usually the best for abandoned cart, right? So this is just a great way to remind your customers to complete the purchase, right? There's also other automation templates that you can create that are already pre-made for you, right? So we have the welcome, right? So if they give you their email for the pop-up, you give them not only the code, but welcome to the store. Let them know about popular products. Let them know what other people think, why you started this store, right? You can tell a journey, right? So again, back in stock. So let's say somebody entered their email to be notified when my watch was back in stock, right? And if they entered their email in that section, this automation will kick off, right, when I update my stock, right? So you'll want to have this just because you're spending a lot of time generating traffic to your store, so you don't want to lose that money from those customers that don't complete the purchase or don't buy anything from you the very first time. And then campaigns, right? So campaigns is very simple. Here is where you'll be able to send custom campaigns, right? So like maybe you're launching a new, like if I was launching a new watch, right? I will create a new watch campaign. Or I was hosting a sale, I'll create a new sale campaign, etc. Right? So again, you're gonna want to use OmniSend for a lot of your things, because again, you're gonna be spending either money with ads or your time with organic traffic, and so you want to make sure you're able to generate sales from those customers that reached your store the very first time. So again, I'll have the link for this in the description below, so you guys go check it out. And so that is how you start a Shopify store. If you guys have any questions, you can always comment down below and I'll be happy to help.